So, hello everyone. Welcome once again to another Power BI class. Today is our Power BI class 4. So, first I will give you the heading what we are going to study today. So, this is Power BI day 5 session 1 and our topic will be Introduction to Data Modeling in Power BI. Okay. Now, what do we understand from data modeling? In order to understand that, we will explore a simple data set first of all. This data set is one of the most commonly used data set in relational database management system. So first, forget Power BI, forget anything else. Okay, we just have to understand this data set. So this is the data set. Here, how you can see n number of tables here, and actually there are 11 tables. Okay, suppose you have a trading company. Okay, you have a trading company. A trading company is used to trade goods and items, right? Like customers will order and you will send them the products. That's how a trading company works, right? So let's say there is a trading company. Now in a trading company, what type of data will we have to process? First data will be what are the category of products that we sell, right? What will be the categories that we sell? For example, we have seen, so in Flipkart, you can see mobile, tablet, TV appliances, electronic, fashion, beauty. So these are the categories that this company is selling. So in a similar way, if you are building a database or a data set of a trading company, you will see that they sell items of different categories. So they sell products of different categories. Is this clear to you? Second table will be what? Products. First table will be categories, right? Like we are selling items of different categories. And second table will be what? Products. We are selling items of different products. And third category will be suppliers, like who is the seller or supplier of these products. So before proceeding further, is this clear to you? Suppose you have gone for shopping in a superstore. In that superstore, you can see there are vegetables, there are grocery items, there are meat and poultry items, there can be electronic items. So first of all, have you ever experienced this? Like in many of them you will find clothing items, you will find cold drinks, you will find uh, daily cereals, etc., right? So there will be hundreds of products belonging to 10 or 20 categories. And what happens is in these companies, it is not necessary that they are supplying everything from their own end, right? For example, for vegetables, there will be a supplier, right? For cereals, there will be another supplier. For grocery items, there will be another supplier. Do you understand that? Even even in websites like Flipkart, you will find sellers. For example, if we open any shirt here randomly, so you will find some seller information here. Seller information, right? So these items are being sold by different sellers or suppliers. Okay. So suppose if a trading company is there, categories are there. So I am showing you three tables now. Okay. Let's see categories table. In categories table, what can you see? That this company is offering eight different categories, right? Beverages like soft drink, coffee, condiment like sweet and savory sauces, confections like dessert and sweet breads, dairy products like cheese and milk, grain, cereal, meat, poultry, produce and seafood. So this company is selling items of these categories. Okay. So is this clear? Now, if we see products, okay. So when you will see products, let's arrange product on this side. Now in products, you can see this company is selling products, 78 different kind of products. Okay. So they are selling 78 different kind of products, and in front of products you will find supplier ID and category ID. Can you see? No, not same in all the cases. Like here it is for SSA. So okay, now let me show you suppliers. So I will arrange suppliers here and I will open products here. Products here and categories here. Yeah. Now we can see a lot of information here, right? So what are we seeing here first of all? That in supplier table we have supplier ID. In product table we have supplier ID and category ID, right? So let's say we color this yellow, okay, and here we will color this yellow. For category, let's say we color this as blue, and here we will color the category as blue. Okay. So now you can see that actually in the products table, two columns like supplier ID and category ID do not actually belong to this table. These are referenced keys, right? So these are foreign keys. What are they? Foreign keys. Okay. So if we create a simple screenshot here, if we take a screenshot here, so this category ID here belongs to this category ID, and this supplier ID here belongs to this supplier ID. So first of all, do you guys have any confusion in understanding the relation here? We have three sheets. This one is products, okay, this one is category, and this one is supplier. This one is supplier, okay, this one is category, this one is product. So in product table, information of all products are given, like product का नाम क्या है, what is product name, what is quantity, what is their unit price, how many units in stock, stock में कितने units हैं, etc. and etc. And their supplier ID and category ID are given, right? So information like product name is self-explanatory, yes or no? Like you can understand from product name, you can understand this is chai, this is chang, this is syrup. But if I ask you category ID 1, so will you be able to tell what is the meaning of category ID 1? Like we have never heard of a category called 1, right? But actually information of this particular column's value is given here. See, category ID 1 is what? What is category ID 1? Beverages, right? Do you understand this or not? Both of you. So this means that if you have to get in information of category ID, supplier ID, and similarly if I ask you this product grandma's boise whatever, who is the supplier of this product? Who is the supplier? 3. So you will look into this table. This is Grandma Kelly Homes. This particular company is the supplier and their person is Regina Murphy. Now, do you get this information? So this is one data model that we can say, right? That in this model currently, like actually there are other tables also, but in this data model, we can connect these three tables together. Okay, we can establish a relationship between them, and then on the basis of that relationship we can analyze a lot of things. For example, how many products are there in dairy category, right? Who, right? How many, what is the unit stock value of Mayumi's supplier, right? Like Mayumi must have supplied n number of products. So on the basis of that, what is their overall value? So for that, let's open Power BI desktop. Now earlier in our previous class, we connected only one table, that was sample superstore. Okay, in one table we found three different sheets, but in this table we have three different categories. Okay, so this time that file is in CSV format. See, can you see the extension of these files? They are all CSV files, comma separated value files. Okay, so in order to connect a comma separated value file, you will not select Excel workbook connector. You will select text CSV connector. Okay, so we will go to our dataset location. Now, what is the first table as per our model? First table is categories. So we will connect categories, and now you can see, you can select any one of them. We are selecting categories because in category we don't have any reference column, right? Like in product we have two reference columns, and to be honest you can select any one of them because you have to select one by one. Let's say alphabetically we are starting, so we are selecting categories. Is that okay? First we will select category, then product, then supplier. Okay, alphabetically. So now you will load this data. Okay, this data will be loaded and it will appear here. Now we will, once it is done, we will click on get data once again. Second will be products. Okay, then we will open products. In product also we can see all the columns are appearing properly, so we will just load this. And third, we will again click text CSV, and third we will upload suppliers. So in suppliers also we can see address, phone, etc., etc., everything. So the important details are appearing properly here. And now, so how many tables do we have now? We have three tables. Okay, category, product, and supplier. Now in Power BI, if you will focus on these three icons here, so this is our report view. This is the view where we create these reports, right? Our graphs. This is the table view. This is where you will see the data that is loaded from the table. Okay, you can see here. And this is the data model view. Now when you will see data model view, you will see your three tables, and you will see that Power BI has automatically created a relationship between these three tables. See, so here you can see we have products in between, like just like this, right? We have products in between, and with products, one table category is connected and one table supplier is connected. So in the similar way, you can see these two tables are connected. And once we will take our mouse over, you can see here, right? So this line represents our relationship. Okay, what is relationship? Relationship basically is because these tables have common columns between them. What is the common column between products and categories? What is common with category ID, right? So you can see when you will hover your mouse, so category ID will be highlighted. Can you see? Category ID is highlighted. Similarly, if you will hover here, so you will see supplier ID. Supplier ID will be highlighted when you will hover here. So this shows that product table is joined to categories table with the help of category ID, and this will show that product table is joined to supplier table via supplier ID. Do you get this thing? So, so no, because in this, see, in this table we have supplier ID. In this table we have supplier ID, so they will be joined. Okay, here we have category ID. Here we have category ID, so they will be joined. This will not be joined with this table, but in a way that relation is also created, because now in our model A is connected to B and B is connected to C. So in a way A is also connected to C, right? Like it's like A is related to B, B is related to C. So that means C is now also related to A. We will see that. So this is data model, but this is something that Power BI has already created. What if Power BI was not able to understand this? First of all, why has Power BI created this? Because name of these columns were same, right? Name category ID was common in both tables. Here also it was category ID, and here also it was category ID. So because the name was same, so now what I am going to do is I am going to delete the relationship. Okay, I will delete the relationship, and I will delete the relationship. Okay. हाँ बिल्कुल, it can be the case ना, because there can be tables where there are two common keys, right? So we will do those examples also later. Okay, but usually there is one common key usually, because in you will understand that in categories, like in products table, actually there are two foreign keys. These two are called what? Foreign keys. You can note it down somewhere. Okay, you can note it down somewhere. So if we go to products table, you can note it down somewhere that in products table, product ID is primary key. Okay, so if we talk about products table, so you can note it down. Product ID is primary key. Okay, and category ID is foreign key. Primary key means this is the main identity, or this is the main key with which we can identify each and every product. For example, when you were studying in a college or a school, you must have roll number for that class, right? My question is, do any two students have the same roll number? No, right? They don't have the same registration number, they don't have the same roll number in one class, because that is like a primary key to them, right? That is how, if teacher calls roll number 5, so only roll number 5 will answer, right? It's not like two students will have the same. So that's how our primary key is. Like for us, our Aadhaar number, our PAN number, these are kind of unique informations, right? No two people can have that, and if that happens, that is a mistake, right? So in the similar way, a primary key is something that is unique identity. Okay, unique identity of that product. So if I say I want to buy product ID 15, so you know that I am talking about Genen Choyu, whatever this name is, right? Because this is the only product which has product ID 15. Okay, so first thing that you have to understand is this. Now, why is category ID foreign key here? Because this belongs to another table. I have a question. Suppose you have a relative or you have a friend who belongs to another country. What will you call your friend? Like you often refer to him as he's a friend from foreign, right? Or a foreign friend, right? So in the similar way, if a key or a column that is there in this table, but it actually belongs to another table, so we call it foreign key. Okay, that is something that you study in Excel or SQL also, but right now we are understanding that. And in the similar way, supplier ID is also a foreign key. This belongs to another table. Okay, so in this table we have two different keys, so that's why it will be good to put this table in middle, just to understand. Now how to create? We know that category ID here and category ID here are same, so just drag category ID from here and it will create a relationship. In the similar way, just drag supplier ID here and it will create a relationship. Do you get this? Let's do it once again. Okay, let's delete this once again. Let's delete this once again. So now we have these two tables. Okay, we have these two tables. Let's drag supplier ID over supplier ID. Relation created. Let's drag category ID over category ID. Relation created. Okay, this is one way of creating the relation. You can drag elements over each other. Let's delete once again. Now suppose you don't like dragging, so you can go and manage relationship. So you can load your data. So I am writing also, Shadat. You can note down, right? Like you were saying. So, open Power BI, load 3 files, go to model view. Okay. So this is the model view. Click on manage relationships from top bar. So you can see in top bar, in home tab, top bar, home tab, we have manage relationship. Okay. Are you writing, Shadat? Right. And you can click on manage relationship, then click new, then select your first table. So our first table is categories. Select second table. Second table is product. So it has automatically detected. Otherwise, you can select these two columns and click OK. So first relation will be created. Click new once again. Select product. Select supplier and click OK. Now again relationship created. And this way you can create the relationship. Obviously, this video is being recorded, so you can go and watch it once again. Okay. But this is the way, and I will provide you these 3 files. Actually, in the data set there are 11 files, but as a beginner you will do practice on 3. Now what is the advantage of this? So like we were studying data modeling. So what is the advantage of this? Let's say we want to tell how many products are there of each category. Do you understand my question, both of you? How many products are there of each category? Like here you can see product belong to different categories. We want to tell information like this. What do we want to, like beverages 13 or whatever is the number, condiments 12, something like that. We want to tell it like that. So now it becomes very easy. We don't have to write any query. We don't have to write anything. We can simply write the query. Okay. We can simply drag. So what we will do, we will create a stack column chart that we studied yesterday. Okay. We studied this, right? That in a stack column chart, we can pick one number and one category. So in a column chart, category is what? Category name, and y-axis, what will we show? Now my question is, how can we tell how many products are there? What will be the aggregate value for that? So for how many, aggregate value will be count, right? Do you agree with me? What is the aggregate function for how many? Count, right? When someone has asked how many, so count. So in y-axis, we will drag category ID and it will automatically pick count. Okay, count. So this graph will show us that confections are 13, beverages are 12, condiments are 12. Okay. If you want to show numbers, you can show the number like this. Okay. Now let's say we want to show, so like you have asked the question, I want to know if this correct or not. Okay, if this correct or not. So we will arrange just one way of doing this. We will arrange this in descending order. Okay. So now count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can count that, and Actually this product ID 8, this category ID 8 belongs to seafood, right? And from here you can see how many seafood are there, 12. Okay, so if you will count, you will actually get that number. This is one way. And later we will also study other type of tools, right? We will study tools like SQL. So we will be able to do that. And there is one more way, which another easier way of doing. Uh, apply one. I'm telling you one more way of telling. Let's say I go to table view and I apply a filter here. Okay, I am selecting only category ID 1. Is it okay? Now it is showing only category ID 1. You can see here how many rows, how many rows? You can see here, right? 12 rows. So for example, if I have applied filter 4, okay, so how many products is it showing? 10. From here we can tell what is product 4, dairy. Remember 10. So dairy product, how many? 10. So if you want to cross check, you can cross check like this as well. Do you get my point? Why? Okay, once again, if you are confused. What is the ID of meat poultry? 6, right? This is clear or not, Shadar? 6. How many product of meat poultry? Product also 6. So no, but ID is 6. When we select the product ID 6, what is the count? 6 filter rows. 6 products of category ID 6. Okay, which is meat poultry. So that's why we can say that data is correct. Okay. Now in the similar way, suppose I ask you another question. We can now clear the filters. Let's clear all the filters. This particular table represents information of how many units in stock are there. Okay, units in stock. What do you mean by units in stock? What is meant by units in stock? Like when you will, yeah, one you were saying something. It it basically represents how many products of each category do you have in your godown, right? Like every superstore has a godown in their backyards, right? Or somewhere. So from where they supply a godown or a warehouse, right? From where they supply these products. So if I ask you a question, which supplier has the most number of units in stock? So is the question clear to you? Which supplier has the most units in stock? So for that also you will just copy this graph, okay, and after copying this graph, what you will do, let's change it to cluster. It doesn't matter, we are just using one variable. So here instead of category name, you will bring company name of the supplier, and in x-axis what you will bring, you will bring sum of units in stock. This tells us on the basis of units in stock, company Vens Zopoda AB, whatever the name is, I can't pronounce it properly. This has 224 products of different types. Okay, and now if you want to see for category, so let's say if I select confections, so now you will only see confections highlighted. Okay, if you will see so these graphs are not only just graphs, they are interactive also. Let's say I want to see how many products has this particular supplier supplied, or how many different types. So this particular supplier provides condiment products, okay, and four products are there. So this supplier provides four different type of condiment products, okay. Similarly, this supplier provides two seafoods. So this way, these charts are also interrelated, okay. And this is one very important thing. So this data modeling here is very important to understand. So that's why I will keep this class short today, so that you can also try these things. And now you have a simple type of project. I just want to tell you one more thing. If you will search ER diagram of north wind, you will actually find this, okay. So we have connected only product, suppliers and categories, right? You can see from our model, but actual model will have 5 more tables, okay, which we are going to study in our next class. So actually we have only created a small portion of it, right? So this is very important, okay. Like you are asking the question, the only difference will actually appear when we have some kind of legend over here, or some kind of secondary axis, okay. Like for example, if we have uh, some okay, let's say category name as a legend. So you can see now, right? Then it will matter, because in stack you will see only one bar for each category, okay, one bar for each company. But in case of a cluster, you will see n number of bars for each company. That will be the only difference. So if you are only selecting X and Y, okay, then it doesn't matter what you select, stacked or clustered. If you are actually selecting two different values, like for example, we have to select count of category ID and sum of unit price. Sorry, here. So here we have to select sum of units in stock and sum of units on order, let's say. Then it is a stack chart, and this is clustered chart. In clustered chart, you can see we are seeing two bars parallel, and in a stacked we are seeing on top of each other. I will prefer stacked because in stacked the information is more clear. If you select 100% stacked, you will be able to see the percentage, right? So this is as per your second last classes information. Stacked can be selected when you have to show data in just one bar. Clustered can be selected when you have to show data in two bars, okay, two or three or whatever number of unique values you have. Data model, and let me know if you have successfully created the data model. And I have only created two graphs. Whatever else you can create, like product name wise price, for example. Let's say we want to show product name wise price, okay. So we can create another graph here, and actually there are 70 products. So we can say product name wise unit price, just one information, and we can see the product which has maximum price is Cote de Blanc. So you can create these type of different charts. It's your choice, okay. ये सर आप जब रेज करते हो तो आई थिंक ये आर्टिकल कस्टमर को ये कहीं ना पसंद आए देन तब if your client wants it in a different way, then you can ask them, like, or actually you have to decide which one of them will be the best choice to give the answer, right? Like for example, if I select a tree map, will you be able to understand what is happening? No, sir, right? Or if I select a gauge chart, it's clear. It's clear, but even though there are so many 70 different values, right? So when you have 70 different values, I will prefer something like a column chart or this chart, right? Where I have the clear name. For example, if I select clustered bar chart, then at least reading these names will be easier for me, right? If I go to axis and I go to values like title, and I explained we have values. So if I increase the size, at least reading the names will be easier, like Cote de Blois, Tharinder, whatever, right? When it is a when it is like this, then it is difficult to read the names, right? So on the basis of readability, visibility, for example, here since there are only 8 distinct values, we have selected a horizontal one, and this is clear. Here since we have many of them, so this is better. It's your choice, like you can go according to your instinct, right? What do you prefer? Do you get my point? Like what do you like? I will give you a zip file. In that zip file, there will be these 11 files. Okay. And you can connect these 3 of them and show it to me. Okay.